This is Sean. This is Bailey. And here is Will. And Kelsey. And Rollins. And Trevor. Besides being great kids, they all have one thing in common. They are all cancer survivors. And with the help of the Alabama Center for Childhood Cancer and Blood Disorders at Children's of Alabama, these special kids, and so many more just like them, aren't just surviving cancer, they're thriving.
The Alabama Center for Childhood Cancer and Blood Disorders is comprised of over 300 doctors, nurses, and support staff that work to serve the children of Alabama and neighboring states who are diagnosed with childhood cancer and serious blood disorders such as sickle cell, thalassemia, or bone marrow failure syndromes. The center is going to provide care for newborns all the way up to adult ranges. We have several patients who will come back to our survivorship program who are in their 30s and 40s and choose to come back to the center because that's the best place to get their survivorship care. The three main goals of the Alabama Center for Childhood Cancer and Blood Disorder involves clinical care, ways to provide the best care to children diagnosed with these cancers and blood disorders, education to train new physicians to become pediatric hematologist oncologists, and research in order to develop new breakthrough treatments and promising drugs to improve the outcomes of children diagnosed with these disorders.
The race to successfully treat and ultimately find a cure for childhood cancer and blood disorders is an ongoing one and involves each of these critical programs at the center.
The most common childhood cancer that we see and treat here at the center is going to be acute lymphoblastic leukemia. That's typically going to be diagnosed in kind of the toddler preschool range, and our survival rates, which are approaching 95% for 5 years from diagnosis.
Another vital project offered through the Alabama Center for Childhood Cancer and Blood Disorders is the Hope and Cope Psychosocial and Education Program.
This program provides support and services to families from the time of diagnosis onwards. So we have a wonderfully compassionate and knowledgeable psychosocial support team, which comprises of social workers, child life specialists, teachers, a hospital teacher, school liaisons, psychologists, neuropsychologists, chaplain, and more recently, expressive therapists, so art, music, drama, all are available to work with the family.
As a physician who has the opportunity to care for and treat these children and these families, I can think of no better reward than to be able to come to events like this and see the kids who are doing so well all the years past their treatments. Trevor and Rollins are great examples of the progress that we've made in treating children with cancer, especially acute lymphoblastic leukemia, the type of cancer they both had. They are now several years off treatment.
I love gymnastics. I never thought I could ever really do gymnastics because my friends have always been like doing backflips and like handsprings, and I've always been the one who's like, how do you do that? And they like been encouraging me to try, and I'm catching up, so.
I play basketball, I go jogging, and I ride my scooter and my bike.
Trevor and Rollins are doing great, as are Kelsey, Will, Bailey, and Sean, all thanks to the dedicated team at the Alabama Center for Childhood Cancers and Blood Disorders. Your generous support of the center makes you a vital part of that team as well. Thank you as we continue the race to a cure.